Hello everyone. This section we will study the point about chemotherapy part 2. Chemotherapy is one of the most common treatments for cancer. It uses certain drugs to kill cancer cells or to stop them from growing and spreading. Chemotherapy can be used to cure cancer, lessen the chance it will return, or stop or slow its growth. It can also be used to shrink tumors that are causing pain and other problems. Chemotherapy may be given in many ways, such as oral, intravenous, injection, intrathecal, intraperitoneal, intraarterial, and topical. Chemotherapy not only kills fast-growing cancer cells, but also kills or slows the growth of healthy cells that grow and divide quickly. The most common side effect is fatigue. Damage to healthy cells may cause mouth sores, nausea, and hair loss. Chemotherapy drugs are often divided into groups based on how they work and what they are made of. Some drugs damage the DNA of cancer cells to keep them from making more copies of themselves. They are called alkylating agents, the oldest type of chemotherapy. They can also destroy bone marrow in the process, which can cause leukemia years later. To take the drugs in small doses can lower this risk. One type of alkylating agent, platinum drugs like cisplatin, has a lower risk of causing leukemia. One type of chemo drug interferes with the normal metabolism of cells, which makes them stop growing. These drugs are called antimetabolites. Drugs in this group include 5-fluorouracil, 6-mecroptopurine, cytarabine, gemcitabine, and methotrexate. Anthracycline drugs are embedded between the bases of DNA double strands and inhibit topoisomerase II to inhibit DNA replication and RNA synthesis. They can also generate reactive oxygen species to damage DNA, protein, and cell membrane structure. Some of these drugs are antimycin D, bleomycin, daunorubicin, and doxorubicin. High doses of the drugs can damage heart or lungs. A mitotic inhibitor can arrest the dividing cells at or near metaphase when the chromosomes are maximally contracted. Mitotic inhibitors include docetaxel, erythromycin, paclitaxel, and vinblastine. Topoisomerase inhibitors attack the enzymes that help cancer cells divide and grow. This group of medicine include etoposide, irinotecan, tanipoiside, and topotecan. Some of them, though, may raise the odds of getting a second cancer a few years later. Steroids are drugs that act like your body's own hormones. They are useful in treating many types of cancer, and they can keep you from having mevacin and vomiting after a round of chemo. They can also prevent allergic reactions to some of the drugs. Prednisone, methylprednisolone, and dexamethasone are involved in this group. Cancer cells typically have changes in their genes that make them different from normal cells. Targeted therapy is a type of cancer treatment that uses drugs designed to target cancer cells without affecting normal cells. Targeted therapy drugs don't work the same way as traditional or standard chemotherapy drugs. These drugs have an effector on the cancer cells and mostly leave normal healthy cells alone, which often work by blocking cancer cells from copying themselves. They block chemical signals that tell the cancer cell to grow and divide, change proteins within the cancer cells so the cells die, stop making new blood vessels to feed the cancer cells, trigger immune system to kill the cancer cells, and carry toxins to the cancer cells to kill them. So, types of targeted therapy include angiogenesis inhibitors, monoclonal antibodies, proteasome inhibitors, and signal transduction inhibitors. For example, vemurafenib, also called Zelboraf, is approved to treat patients whose disease has a certain mutation in the BRAF gene, including Erdheim chest disease and melanoma that cannot be removed by surgery or has metastasized. Trastuzumab is approved to be used alone or with other drugs to treat breast cancer that is HER2 positive. It is also used in stomach adenocarcinoma or gastroesophageal junction adenocarcinoma that has metastasized. It is used with cisplatin and either camptothecin or fluorouracil in patients whose disease is HER2 positive. Imatinib mesylate, the brand name is Gleevec, acts as an inhibitor of BCR-ABL tyrosine kinase. It is approved to mainly treat acute lymphoblastic leukemia and chronic myelogenous leukemia in adults and children that is Philadelphia chromosome positive. It is also used in gastrointestinal stromal tumor that is KIT positive and cannot be removed by surgery and or has metastasized. It is also used after surgery to completely remove the tumor in adults with KIT positive disease. The Nobel Prize in Medicine 2018 were awarded by James P. Allison and Tosco Hodge for their discovery of CTLA-4 and PD-1, which are the targets in immune checkpoint therapy that has revolutionized cancer treatment. Immune checkpoints are a normal part of the immune system. Their role is to prevent an immune response from being so strong that it destroys healthy cells in the body. Immune checkpoints engage when proteins on the surface of T cells recognize and bind to partner proteins on other cells, such as some tumor cells. When the checkpoint and the partner proteins bind together, they send an off signal to the T cells, such as PD-1 and PD-L1. This can prevent the immune system from destroying the cancer. Immune checkpoint inhibitors work by blocking checkpoint proteins from binding with their partner proteins. This prevents the off signal from being sent, allowing the T cells to kill cancer cells. For example, anti-PD-1 monoclonal antibody Opdivo. Radiation therapy is a type of cancer treatment that uses beams of intense energy to kill cancer cells. Radiation therapy most often uses X-rays, but proteins and other types of energy also can be used. Here are two main types of radiation therapy: external beam and internal. External beam radiation therapy comes from a machine that aims radiation at cancer, which is a local treatment. Internal radiation therapy is a treatment in which a source of radiation is put inside the human body. The radiation source can be solid or liquid. Radiation therapy side effects depend on which part of the human body is being exposed to radiation and how much radiation is used. Most side effects are temporary, can be controlled, and generally disappear over time once treatment has ended. This is the end of this section. Thank you very much.